Good morning, everybody. Welcome. This is Dr. Rao. I'm coming today a little earlier than I usually do at 8 o'clock for the morning room. We will continue into that hour after this 1 hour from around 7 a.m. every day. I came a little early because I was up till 5 o'clock. I was doing a lot of things. Uh, what I'm doing here is really make myself available for anybody who needs my services about answering what I know on wellness as a physician, as a yogi, as a scientific person, at the same time, ancient wisdom student. So I want to bring in whatever is working for me, whatever I understood from my studies or from my years of experience as a physician, to bring forth to the uh, welfare of the friends and anybody who has an issue with their health or wellness. Okay, so let us see what I'm doing, understand who I am, what I'm trying to do here. And even though few people come on the Noom vibe, I still switch on because there are some people, even few of them, maybe under 10, that really like my presentations and then come and encourage me. That's enough. Oh, the management is kind of indifferent to me about what I'm doing. I think it's very important that you pay attention to whoever says and then take it from there, what is the truth, right? But even if I don't get encouragement, I get encouragement from the few people, right? That's why I come. I do have a lot of people on the LinkedIn and also the YouTube, and my friends and family really look me up for the YouTube talks. Okay, I don't do the advertisement as much, but I should tell you that I'm uh, a product of Indian medical school in uh, Guntur Medical College in Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, India. I graduated uh, my MBS, and soon after I came here, and I worked first in Chicago, then in New York. I did geriatrics, and also I did internal medicine. Then I practiced internal medicine for a long time, and I retired in 2020. Then I started an online wellness company, which is called BFL, through which now I'm giving services for the stress and burnout. And my services are for the burnout coaching for the physicians and nurses, and stress reduction courses for the IT professionals, information technology, and also give a servant leadership course for the corporate leaders. I do coach in yoga, different things like breathing, meditation, and all that. I do group coaching on that. I also do corporate wellness. Whoever asks me about that, I go and speak and then talk to the corporate people. Okay, so that's what is going on with me. And lately, I have kind of focused my attempts around certain activities. One in the morning, I do the morning routine at 8 a.m. That will continue after this hour. And sometimes I do come here on the 7 o'clock hour and I do wellness oasis. What I want to do here is I want to be open to people to come up with their own problems or questions on their health and wellness, and I'll try to answer my best if I know. Otherwise, I will bring in my reference library, which is vast, and then you can really get the knowledge for you too. So it doesn't have to be a big topic or small topic. Any topic that is related to meditation, pranayama, yoga postures, or how you entertain yourself, how you keep your heart open, any number of things that you could ask me. Anything that is related to your wellness, we can talk. I don't act like your personal physician. I mean, direct you which direction you can go and talk to your doctor and all that. I can help you to navigate the system better. um, because I live in Iowa. You see, so you cannot really give prescriptions and everything over the line for everybody. Even though I like the online pharmacy and all that, because I'm one of the first to adopt that in my practice. Really give medications by uh, online, right? So you can come and engage me in the discussion of any wellness matter. Okay? And then we'll go into our morning routine, which normally we do to prepare our body, mind, and heart for the work. So a lot of people don't prepare themselves for the work and also don't understand what is stressing them out. How can they create this ability to deal with the stressful situations in the uh, world out there. See, corporate world is very stressful these days. That's why we want to understand what is it that is giving me stress and how we can really learn to deal with the stressful situation better. So that's what I'm trying to do with people, right? So I have a retreat every second week of month for a few months now. And in this retreat, my aim is to make people resilient, strong within, develop a core that can deal with the stressful situation. So especially when things are in turmoil, how do you handle them? So that's what I want to give them my insights so that they will understand that they can do that too. And at the end of the month, the last fourth weekend, I'm going to do a workshop on proactive wellness. How can you do some wellness measures that are proactively done by you by understanding? And of course, you have to listen, you have to really practice, you have to do a lot of things on your own. That will be the homework, the more you are sincere about it, the better you will feel. That much is guaranteed. But you have to do it. You have to understand and you have to do it on a consistent basis. Then you can develop this calm mind, inner ability to deal with anything equanimously and also really do with the quality and also take care of yourself better too. So with that, anybody has any questions, you can always come up and let me answer them. So whatever question you have, welcome Dane Jackson, Victoria, Akka Mahadevi, Hanuman, and Ash, Rosie, and Fonda. By the way, Hanuman, that is my first name, Hanumanta Rao. But because Hanumanta has become too long for my American friends, they began to call me Dr. Rao. So I kind of carried that. But the Rao is a very common name, so a lot of Indians have that in my state actually. So they used to call me Dr. Kulusu for a long time, but how to the work, most of us we call me Dr. Rao. Especially here on the social media, will know me like that, which is okay. It doesn't matter. You can just call me, hi friend. My company's name is Be a Pal. Just being a pal to the people. That's what my intention is. That's why I come on and then try to be friendly with people. Okay. Welcome, Jennifer. And so feel free to come up, and tell me where you are from. If you have anything concerning about health, well, not necessarily yours, but also it could be something like your family or any health issue. It could be a policy, it could be insurance, it could be uh, something like medication side effects and all that. And also, it could be something your personal thing, but you don't have to reveal them, your health problems. You can ask a general question around health issues. Okay, that's why you see a lot of times what happens is people allow things to grow and become big deal, and they are not able to really help themselves in that sense, right? So when I came from India, I was a very young doctor, and I didn't know the system, but I learned it here with all the paper charting and communicating with other branches of it, and communicate with the family and all that. A lot of administration, And I had fortune that I was made into chief resident in the second year of my career here, and that led me to a lot of administration, understanding budget, understanding how hospitals are run in this country, and also saw the regulatory body like JCAH, which is a Joint Commission of Accredited Hospitals. The hospitals invite them to come and certify them. Once you are JCH certified, you have the standard that you are a quality hospital. And that was very educational, right? In the beginning, for 2 weeks, they came and they shred through everything, and people were really bending backwards to listen to them, to understand them, to really overcome the deficiencies that were pointed out by them. By me going with them all the 15 days, I had a good idea about how a quality hospital should be, how a quality care should be, how physicians, nurses, and everybody. So I have a panoramic view of quality care, and that was very useful. And then I began to be the administrator of the department, interview people, and talk to people, and all that. That was also very helpful. Then I wanted to do internal medicine. I went to New York and did 3 years of residency. Then I stayed there for 2 years in the emergency room department as an attending physician. And then I came to Midwest again, and I want to stay close to the Chicago area because I had a good time when I was in Chicago for 8 years, right? That's why if my hometown, Guntur in India, my birthplace, and where I became a doctor and all that, is my first place, like in my heart, and then Chicago is second. Okay. So I stayed close to Chicago in Iowa, and I practiced only in Iowa for all these years. Then I retired, but then what I found in my practice was most of the people are not really taking care of things when they are very small, when they're like whispers. For example, uh, you have cholesterol high, and you went to the doctor for the annual physical around 30 years, and they did, and they said, oh, your cholesterol is high, you're not eating right, you're not exercising right, do that. But then you could take care of that at that place by changing your lifestyles of diet change and exercise change. But most of the people don't think much of it. Then it grows into bigger thing and it forms plaques in the arteries, and then you have heart attack around 35 or 40, whatever. It's getting lower and lower, the number, when they are having the heart attack. Nowadays, people have in 20s also. So like that, we allow diabetes to grow, or heart disease to grow, or hypertension to grow, or we don't really take care of things. And also, the culture is itself, it kind of gives you processed food, encourages you to eat a lot of bad food that is tasty, and also culture encourages you to sit down, to be sedentary. So my motto is move the body and keep the mind silent. Okay? And also eat proper food and sleep well. Right? If you do this simple things that have become rare, that have become very backseat in your lifestyles. If you want to come back and be sensible about your lifestyle, then you can maintain to be well for a long time and all. So you can be joyfully well, not just existing and miserable. So chronic disease is a big time problem in this country. Acute we do very well. Infections we do very well. Surgery we do very well. So many things we do very well. But allowing people to develop chronic diseases, allowing them to go into complications from the chronic diseases, and then suffer in nursing homes and staying and all that. We do take care of people in nursing home, but the patients suffer these long-term illnesses, right? So that is something you can take care of it, provided you just visit and say, where am I? Am I well? Am I breeding something? And that's what service I'm doing. I'm making people realize that they can change simple things in their lifestyles, and then you can be off the chronic diseases. That's what I'm doing. you know so attend my retreat, attend my workshop. One is on the for a few days, few few months I'll be doing this. I just started it and I'll go to. But this daily morning show is going to be continued for a while. You know? So rest of the day is making tough for me to make time, but I do try to sometimes. But this is better. Start the day 7 to 9 on this media. Several of them. I'm on YouTube and LinkedIn, and I'm on no Wi-Fi today. My Wi-Fi is not working, so I'm on the my cell phone. So that's why sometimes it gets off. I think Tuesday the technician is coming back to see in our street what's going on. They were doing some repairs. Maybe they did some damage to that. So now, this wellness journey is something personal that I did for myself. Um, when I was practicing as an internal medical doctor, I tried to bring in some of the truths of the ancient wisdom, like movement is something very much with the yoga, right? Everybody does yoga, asanas, and all that. But yoga is much deeper, much more than just simple exercises. So I'm bringing all that I was trying to learn so a lot of revelation of how ancients lived and ancient functioned and ancient had a stable mind and heart and all that. That was very illustrative to me. And that became very much so. Even with all these wellness measures, sometimes you can have problems, but then how you recover from the problem, that's where yoga helped me personally, and really come back to with vigor and with more strength after the illness, right? So then I used it for my patient. I said, we will treat you for what you have come, but we also look at what are the daily things that you could do to improvise your health and wellness. So if there are causes that you are not attending to, and because of that you have this illness, then we are going to attend to the cause. So that kind of detail needed time with the patient. And I was lucky because I was having my own clinic. I owned everything, the equipment, the building, and everything. So I was able to spend as much time as I want with my patient, and I was able to communicate all these things, and then they were able to establish a relationship with me, so that in the long run, they were. So I practiced from 97 to 2000 in my clinic. Before that, I was in Chicago and New York, right? So the number of years I did, some people came as children, like as teenagers or whatever, and then they become young women, and then they married, and they brought their children also to me. So it was nice to work as a family doctor, and then have those relationships with them. Okay, hopefully I can do the same thing with some of you here. I already have friends I have who are really dedicated to what I'm talking about, the wellness aspect of it, trying to take care of themselves as they're doing it. So Akka Mahadevi Hanuman, because you have my name, maybe you want to come up and say hi to me. I'm very happy to see you here. But if you want to come and tell me where you are from, and also if you have any question on health and wellness, feel free. My wife made a herbal tea for me, so I'm enjoying that. Excuse me if I'm drinking on the spot here, but you can come and ask me anything that you have on your mind. So it could be some stress you have, some anxiety you have, or if you are wondering about the burnout, if you are wondering about how to improve your attention, how to focus your mind, or if you want to increase your energy, uh, or you want to go into your diet, any number of questions you can ask me. And this whole 1 hour is for that going to be. This is going to be daily affair. So I kind of committing myself to come unless something comes where I need to be. I could not be here. You will know about it, but generally I will try to come every day. I get up in the morning. and that way I have a lot of time through the day, right? And I start the day with 10 deep breaths right off, getting off bed. At the edge of the bed, I sit down and then keep my spine straight and then start 10 deep breaths. And also, simultaneously, I keep my attention on the breath, here and now. So, I establishing myself in the awareness of myself rather than getting up and thinking something or opening devices, which I don't advise people to do. Keep the devices away for at least 15, 30 minutes, right? And then don't allow your thoughts to go all over. Just focus on your work, focus on what you need to do, focus on the weather, things like that. Out of the 10 breaths, I kind of step to the big window I have in the bedroom, and then I look out at the weather, what's going on, and then get connected with the nature right away, right? And then I pay attention to the life, people, pets, and plants, and all that. All that brings us ground to the ground, here and now. And then I kind of get on my activities, and then I may do some extra asanas and everything for myself. And then usually people call me for something, or in the morning I call people because I left something off. So this morning also I talked to uh, 3 or 4 people that are on the call, and then we talked about spiritual quest. How it has deteriorated into just rituals or some entertainment and all that to true knowing. We talked very nicely on that. And after that, I thought I should do this wellness oasis hour where people can come and listen to me on it. If you are not asking me questions, I may go into something like it. Today morning, we talked about what is a meditation and what is a self inquiry. Atma Vichara, they call it. So, what is the difference? If you think meditation, taming of the hearts, and self inquiry is going beyond the mind. If the mind is like a horse, you are taming it in meditation, where you focus, you kind of concentrate and all that. But in Atma Vichara, you ask, who is that man? What are those thoughts? Where are the thoughts coming from? And then understand the mind and go beyond the mind to stay in your real inner self. Abide as the self is the self inquiry leads to, ultimately leads to both are only to awareness, pure awareness, and then you will be working the day in awareness, not in a always thinking something, right? That's a problem, right? Of the modern life, we are always thinking, or we are getting more and more information to our body without really knowing, and that becomes people have fog in the brain, or overwhelm, or stress and burnout, and all these things are happening. It's a question of being in the present, which is the life for me, or being in your mind with your own thought, either from the past or from the future, but not really using the mind for what it is to be used in the present moment. So that's a topic that you want to learn. How do you stay in the present? How do you stay in that present moment awareness? And then use a thought as an instrument for you. And that will be the best way to use your servant better than letting your servant be your master. So the question is, how many of you have your mind as your servant? And how many of you feel like it takes over on itself and then it comes up? That's something you could consider, you can think about, and you can come and ask me that question. Okay? So the wellness questions could be, you may be getting sick quite often, or you may be feeling energy lack, or you may be feeling overwhelmed with everything, and you feel like you don't have any pep in your life, or you don't have any meaning in your life, or you don't have any particular purpose in life. So any number of things, right? So, or you are scared about the weather, or you're scared about the changes that are happening geopolitically, and so many people are anxious about all these things that are coming around you. Okay, So we can have a um, develop an attitude where we can deal with these things, uh, not having emotional turmoil. You know. So on this, maybe I will take a topic a day. Maybe I will do on Monday. I will start with pranayama. What is proper breathing? How can you improve breathing quality? Why it can play a big role in your mind getting controlled and energized and all that. So we will start with the topic. Okay, maybe on Tuesday I can talk about what is yoga asana proper. Any yogasana, what are the fundamentals? What is the base? What is the middle? What is the advanced stage of each asana? And what is the each asana we can take again? Um, for example, if you sit for half an hour, there are innumerable. Maybe I can take one asana every day and tell you what are the health and psychological benefits of each asana. Okay, and maybe on Wednesday we can take matters of diet. Maybe discuss what is a Ayurvedic diet, what are the principles. Not the whole thing, but just related to that. Maybe we can do more like how do you sleep properly on Thursday? Maybe you can do how do we manage our mind effectively, properly, so that we are not stressed by it. So that's the theme is evolving. I'm thinking and talking to you as I think how I can use this better for my friends. Okay, whoever comes to listen to me. Okay, so understand that and the program. Understand you can come and ask me, and then make use of your time here too. If you just want to listen, you can listen to the topic. But if you have questions, then we can talk about that too. So this is the program. For those who joined me late, I am Rao Kulsu. I want to contribute to the wellness of the world. So I'm starting this wellness oasis where different questions or different problems people have, they can come and ask me about it, and we can talk about it, or I can discuss a topic a day, and then we can go from there. Okay, so probably Fridays I will reserve for mind matters. What do you think your mind is like now? Um, right now, is it thinking of, oh, I have this official things I have to do, I have to prepare for my work, I have to get this file, that file, or I have to worry about my finances, I have to worry about everything but this moment. And people do think I'm responsible that I'm thinking. Yeah. But then if you allow that thinking go on without really end, then that is the lot of people burn out because their own perpetual unconscious thinking. There is what is called choiceless awareness. You are aware, and then in that awareness you think, you know that you are thinking, right? So you are the thoughts. So you say, I have the thoughts, you say, but you are not really your thoughts, you are having thoughts. So the way to look up the big picture about this is, if awareness is like a sky, big sky, these thoughts are happening as clouds. All of them will come, will stay there for a while, and they go. Whether you end them or not is up to you. You may allow them to linger on. That's when you use your mind as a dustbin. And that can take only so many things, but mind can only focus on one thing at a time. If you are focusing something at a time, but you have not ended the thought about some buying something, that keeps on coming, interfering with the energy of presence. So people think they have built up a personality, they have built up a persona, they have an ego, and all that. That's a big problem with many people because when they are building up, they are not aware that they are doing it. So once it is built by your own thought on a long term basis, and then you invest so much into that, and that takes over, then it feels like I cannot be silent, I cannot be quiet, I cannot be really helping myself with the thoughts properly going, or improving my thoughts, or limiting the thoughts. So if you know how to think and also how to end the thought after the purpose is done or at the end of the day, you will be much better off. Okay, so I talk about how to deal with that. Today I will tell you my simple formula working for me. Maybe it will work for you, right? I get up in the morning, like I told you, and I understood I can allow my thought to go on its own journey, or I can keep myself to the present moment. Wake up, be aware, and then stay with whatever is going on in this morning. Then I have to do the first thing after I get up. So that if I deep breathe, I focus my mind on the breath, whatever breath is coming in and coming out, and then I go and look at the nature and get into the presence with the nature, and also with the live people around me, with them, the nature. And then it becomes very easy for me to be in that present moment awareness through the day, just being attentive to whatever I do. If I'm here with you, I'm attending to you, to this room, to the theme of this room, to the purpose of this room. And I use thought to communicate with you. But then, after the room is done, I'm not going to carry everything from this room. Maybe the insights, maybe main points, but rest of it is consciously taken up. How? Because I focus on the next thing completely. Because my focus is completely in the next thing, these things are not there. Okay, that's how I do with each patient. Each patient takes complete attention, and after that I will get better. Okay, so think about that. So awareness in the morning and attention all day for whatever we do, and then I kind of get into each act, and then present moment awareness and all that. Okay, once that is done, at the end of the day, I deliberately try to vacate whatever is my mind, so that I can sleep on an empty mind, positive or negative. If there are some things that I need to follow that are important in my life, quality things like relationships, like a career, like something that I'm doing work, and all this. I want to write them down, but not have them in the mind. Think about it and do it and see how you feel. If you get up in the morning and don't open the devices, keep yourself in the present moment, and then continue the retention like a fragrance through the day. And at the end of the day, whatever you have done, whatever work you have done, whatever things you have carried in your mind, empty them before you go to sleep. As you practice, it becomes easier, easier, easier. Now, I do by moment to moment, not even day by day. That has evolved into that. So then you can stay in what's called present moment awareness, moment to moment. Okay, and once you are operating on awareness, it's a blessing because you are not putting a lot of stuff into your brain. So that kind of awareness will be very good for you. Okay. Now, encourage me by coming up and asking me some questions if you have any. Or if you want to just introduce to yourself to me and tell me about yours and what you are doing, I'll be happy to listen. But if it is a question that is related to wellness, that most people could relate and could use it or could change their whatever they are doing. So in the morning, when you get up, what happens is this is a profound thing I learned from sages. What they said was, look, you have a body, you have a life force or Atman or soul or whatever is the consciousness, it is there. You are conscious, right? You're a human being, you're conscious. Between the two, this I thought comes up, saying that the thought that identifies with ego, identifies with some role, identifies with some kind of personality you're building and all that. And that I thought doesn't really belong to the body or to the consciousness. So it forms a knot between the two. Watch that. Don't allow that to take its own identity and build its own structure. That is the ego structure, that's the personality structure and all that. Usually people embedded in that or they get established in that. That's why they don't identify with who they really are, which is the inner essence. That's what these ancient systems are teaching all the time. Realize who you are and then operate from that, right? So, any takers, anybody wants to come and use this hour for any wellness tips? I live with them. I work with them because it used to be people come to me for symptoms, for illnesses. Even now, they come with serious problems, they're not able to understand what the doctors are and all that. Especially from India, a lot of people call me because they have these serious situations. Somebody passed away, or somebody is in the hospital, somebody is in the ICU, things like that, right? Friends and family and all. They call me just to see what I think, how I can really help them, which I encourage them in my normal talks also. So they call, and I just do it just out of spirit of friendship, camaraderie, and out of you know, just being friendly, right? So then I kind of look at the situation. They send me the documents and I look at the laboratory, everything, and they talk to the doctors who are taking care of the patient, and then I contribute. Yeah, that they seem to value a lot. Okay, but at the same time, I want them to learn from the person who is in the hospital what kind of problems he has and what kind of habits he had that produced this ill health. Okay, and that seems to be effective for them to learn about wellness. Okay, what I'm inviting to is don't wait like that. Don't wait for the disaster in the personal health. Learn in the beginning and also employ them as a self-care. This I call comprehensive self-care. What you eat, how you move, how you sleep, how you rest, how you keep your mind quiet. These are the pillars of wellness I talk about all the time. Move your body, keep your mind set. That's my dictum for the wellness. So before it was like patients are calling my office and then coming with illness. Then we fix the illness and also tell them how to they should be preventative and more like proactive about their wellness. That I have become. I have made it a big activity for myself now. So I kind of more like a 70-year-old elderly gentleman out of benevolence, out of love and affection to people, just helping them to lead a better life. So they call me with administrative questions in the doctors call me in the hospital. They have problems with the administration, and friends call me because they have some issue in the society, in the corruption and all that. But other people call me because they have relationship problems with their spouse, and then children and all that. And I'm very interested in a few topics like education, relationship, planet, so many things I'm interested in. So I keep myself always going to the educational channels and learning a lot of stuff. But my greatest joy is when I'm able to relieve suffering in any kind. So people are suffering physically, people are suffering mentally or spiritually. I kind of contribute, and that is a day when I feel like I have service to somebody and they are better. Okay. Hi, Peter. Come up. Nobody's coming. So at least you may have some question. If you can. Okay. He always does if he can. So let us make this oasis stand up to its name. That means you have listened to somebody. Somebody talked about stress. Anybody, number of people talk about it. That's fine. But I may have a take that you never looked at that because I don't stay only the scientific part of it. but I also go for the spiritual part of it, and then try to understand both through that scientific angle, and that makes me a lot better um, comprehension rather than just if I look at only one belief and stay there. So it's kind of keeping the open mind, keeping the question going on, keeping the inquiry, right? Like this morning, I was talking to a group of my friends on what is the difference between meditation and self inquiry, dhyana versus atma vichara. Okay, so that's a pretty deep. But then, if you have a restless mind, that is the first need for you to make sure that you don't have this restless mind so much that is bothering you, that's not allowing you to focus. That's not really make you enjoy anything, conversation, relationship. So in yoga, they talk about samatvam yoga uchyate. In yoga, you will be equanimous in times of success, in times of loss, losing, right? So having this inner equanimous self that is not being emotional, that's not stressing out so many hormones, your health in the long run is better. So, do you want to live that way, or do you want to live with constant fear, constant anxious running on? People want to just to listen description of, but then you are living them. You know what they are, but if you know how and why you are producing, it's much better for you. Those kind of questions we can answer here. And we had a good discussion on meditation being the taming the hearts, which is the mind, and self inquiry is going beyond the mind. I'm asking question: Who am I? Who is this that is having all this question? Is that all the thoughts that are coming? Is that me, or why do they change all the time? If that is me, then you will discover your real inner self. There is a saying: if you want to know you, you mean your real self. You have to die to who you are. You are thinking, who you are building that image about yourself. Die to that. But then that is scary for the Westerners. Oh, immediately they get nervous. They get worried. Oh, you want me to bury everything that I think I am? I like myself. I have this. Then you will never be able to be in that self. You'll never be able to inquire what is your real inner self. And you'll be stuck in your shadow, your image, your illusory way of building up yourself. That is your persona, that is your ego, that is your personality. So when you have that, and then you will not be able to touch the inner compassionate, loving, peaceful, joyful self. That is automatically those things. And if you realize that, you won't get it just because I told you this and then you listen to it. You got to really understand how to go beyond the false self that you think you are and really get rid of it by your own inner inquiry. So that's why it should be personal sadhana, personal spiritual practice. Okay, not according to the belief, but according to the intelligent questioning, inquiry, and going into the matters, and then really going away through the cobwebs that you already created. Break them, get the movement of clarity, build on that, go and experiment, and then you'll see. For example, I do what's called swa adhyaya, self study in life. As the life unfolds, suppose somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, Dr. Rao, you're my guru." I say, "I'm not your guru, but I am your friend, and we can explore these things together." If I go to school, if I learn mathematics, physics, or whatever, the teacher teaches us that, and then we have respect for him because he made it easier for us. But now you don't have to even go to the classroom. You can be at your computer and learn from the everything. So, do you want to say chat gpt is your guru? He won't say that, right? The same. Okay, we have opportunities, we have people who have clarity, who have maybe much better understanding about the issues. Go and spend time with them, explore things with them from their perspective, not necessarily repeating it or imitating it, but taking ideas and go and investigate. Let that that is where people are lazy, because they don't want to do all that work. They want somebody else give them the yeah, that's best practices are okay for the outward things, but if it is there in you, who is going to work to remove that? You are not asking me to take it out. That is actually, that is how we give our power away to other people, thinking, oh, they know, I don't have to worry about it, I just take it and use it. For outward, technological, scientific, all those things, outward things are okay. But you are not the object, you are the subject. So what are you going to do about it? So by coming and asking questions here and really allowing yourself in that questioning, doubting, uh, kind of investigating or inquiring mind, that you need to cultivate. The more you do it, the more you will have clarity of this deep spiritual quest, and then you will see the fruits of it. Like I'm talking about a blissful mind, I'm talking about equanimous mind, I'm talking about a mind that is resting when it's not needed, and I talk about deep refreshing sleep. I'm talking about having this capacity to deal with both wins and losses is the equanimous nature, and having this resilience that can lead me through life. Actually, when India was doing this inner quest and realization, and then coming from the self that was realized, and then going through the mind and transcending the mind and establishing themselves in the real self. A lot of people think they are. No. If you are thinking, you are not. If your thinking is aside, then you are in it already. So don't say, "Oh, I think about this." No, no. The word is not the thing. Okay. So some of my friends come and then they say, "I wrote a book. I wrote this. And all I'm thinking. I'm learning. I'm reading. I'm studying this." Now, you are only in the superficial level of thinking, learning, and all that. But you got to stop all that and have the chitta vritti nirodha. That is Sanskrit. That is for stilling the modulation of the mind. Should be positive, negative, constructive, critical, whatever thinking. Got to have the complete stilling of that. Then you will see your real inner essence coming out by self-luminous nature. That means it shines by itself. Okay, then you will be able to look it up, look it, and then let it operate, and you abide in that. You know, Eckhart Tolle wrote a book called Now. I like a quotation in that. I like Eckhart Tolle because he was not in his depressive self. He broke through it. That mind that is making him depressed, he broke through it because he was able to understand in the now, here and now, the spiritual essence of me is here. It's not built by thought, or it's not overcrowded by thought. And once he had broke through that, he was a young man, always thinking of, I want to kill myself. Yeah, because he has a miserable life, like, his parents were divorced and he was young and he had was moved around. And so he was really not happy and he wanted to commit himself, suicide, right? Then one night I said, who is this in me that want to commit suicide? Are they two real me's are inside me? And that broke through his whole structure of the mind. It dropped and he reestablished himself in the presence, not in his persona, which was telling him to kill himself. Not the persona. not but in the presence that's there. That is the indweller we talk about. That is the soul we talk about. That is the conscious being we talk about. Different names. It could be simply energy, like the physics has come to know about it, or consciousness, awareness. Okay, any number of names you can give, but the essence is not what you think you are. Okay, then you will see what you have built up a personality. Oh, I have this capacity, I have that capacity, I have this. No, they're all your roles. You're not the essence of it. Your essence is animating all that. That's why you are able to reflect out, right? So you are a bunch of crowd just want to listen, right? Don't want to show me how you feel about all this or how you uh, have any questions about any of this. Don't agree with me. Question. Maybe you are busy in the morning, that I can understand. But generally, people don't really come up and participate in the discussion and show me how their thinking is working, how they can understand that and go beyond it. Remember, meditation is taming that mind, the taming that wild horse which you want to go all over. You can do it with breath awareness, you can do a mantra repetition, you can do one word repetition, and then you can, any number of practices are there to do that. But then you can only tame it, but you cannot go beyond the need for the hearts, right? So that is Atma Vichara. Here in this moment and say, who is having this thought? What essence of me is having thoughts or my mind is having thoughts? And then you will really find the inner self that is silent, that's not producing thoughts and all that. But then you kind of do that light, the source of that light from you by turning your attention to it. Thereby, mind won't be staying in it, but mind is in the source of the light. Because you are there, mind is automatically quiet. So there is a saying from Ramana Maharshi that I used to, you know, learn from it. He said, the thoughts change. Whatever thought they come, we know that. From every day we have so many thoughts, right? Somebody said 18,000 in a day people can have. Thoughts change, but not you. You, the real essence. Let go the changing thoughts and hold on to the unchanging forever self, the inner essence. That is the self. That's the soul, or whatever you call it. Thoughts form your bondage. If they are not held on, then you'll be able to really see your real inner self. You feel it. It's not that you could see it as an object, but you can feel that with intuitive awareness. Okay? You need not cease thinking. The saying goes there. Only think of the root of the thought, where it is coming from. Then that entity of thought making mechanism will set aside and your inner self, the self luminous, comes out. This is what Yoga Patanjali Sutra said. Chitta vritti nirodha tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Okay? Then your real self comes out. Then thoughts cease on their own accord because you are not in it. You are observing away from it. You are the witness of the thoughts. That is self-inquiry produces awareness. Okay? That is the route how you can do here and now. The more baggage you carry, the more problem you have. Okay? If you don't know your baggage, how can you get rid of it? You just want to keep it on the head and carry it. There is a train, and you know, uh, you are really boarding the train, and you're still carrying the bag, but you can put it down, let the train carry. Okay. So, so that's the topic we had this morning. On what is meditation? Most of the people are not even there. They are agitated, they are restless, they are chattery, they have this mind never is only physically exhausted, but through the sleep also they have dreams and their mind is working. And in the morning, they kind of augment it by exposing it to so many stimuli. That's where the information overload is not helping people to have a quiet mind. So you got to learn that. You got to learn how to use the information at the same time, not allowing it to go and settle in your mind. Okay. So these are all the wellness issues. How you strength, physical strength, stamina, flexibility, organ health, cellular health, biological health. All these are dimensions where I can tell you about the scientific knowledge. And it's an ongoing thing, though. Nobody knows everything. We don't need to. We have to know how to reference, or we can go to the genome level. That is there, right? But also, body can influence your spirituality. Suppose you are fed and you are comfortable, you can work for other people for their welfare, right? But if you are hungry and you don't have energy, how can you do that? So you need to take care of the body better. You need to understand what is the wisdom over the centuries that kept this body going for a long time and also healthy. Okay, don't think that you are exceptional and only you know everything. Lot of things that the ancient understood, we are trying to figure it out now. So that's why I have the highest reverence to the ancient sages who are really walked away from the worldly life and engaged in deep meditative awareness. In their awareness, they communicated with a consciousness in the sense you have the vast amount of universal consciousness that is full of knowledge, and they tapped into that and then gave us a lot of tools that we can implement in our life. But if you don't want to learn any of that, you just want to go by just whatever impulse, then you are not doing as an evolved human being who has a prefrontal cortex over the limbic system, which is the emotional reactive center. So don't react for everything. Pause and then engage your higher buddhi, that is the higher intellect. Okay, so I can go on like this on my own, but I get bored after a while. So if you want to interest me, come and talk to me. Okay, I don't know why you people hesitate to come on and talk to me. Kind of annoyed too, really. So annoyed in the sense we are losing opportunities to communicate and learn from each other. Learn from the knowledge base. Hi, Peter.
Namaste, Dr. Rao. How are
Namaste.
you?
I am very good, but I'm kind of losing hope on this Mumbai sometimes. They don't come and talk.
Oh, never lose hope. Never lose hope. You're planting the seeds.
I
That's
know.
all.
I'm going to
You plant
continue,
this.
even though I say
Yeah,
that, I continue.
yeah, yeah. You plant the seeds, and they continue to come back and water them, and
Yeah.
yeah. So it's a good thing. But yeah,
What do you
I am
think?
working, but I just want
What
to
do
say
you
good
think
morning.
this idea about wellness oasis in the morning, 7 o'clock to 8, before the morning report?
I actually like it.
Yeah.
I actually like it. Yeah, depending on your time. Yeah, I really do like it because it kind of helped you get into the
Yeah.
right frame of mind or out of mind, whichever you prefer.
See,
I do like. Yeah.
these hours I have control, but after 9, I don't know who is going to call me for a consultation, coaching, and other
Right.
things are there. So I reserve that time for that. But in between, if I find time, I come on some friends and talk to them too. So.
Yeah.
Uh, but also this second weekend retreat and fourth weekend workshop that will be continued for a few months at least. But these are going
Yeah.
to be the basis of establishing what I can go and learn further in the retreat, what I can do in the workshop, that kind of thing. So people can come here freely and ask me something substantive question that they have about wellness. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I think sometimes it's easier for us to listen, and sometimes we just tune in to get entertained, right? To fill space. And that's okay sometimes, but I think on an app like this, it's really good to learn, even if you don't come up and participate. Yeah. But it's good to learn, and it's good to take that time, because you can go listen to a podcast or music or whatever else. But I think something that's just so focused on overall wellness, spirituality, whatever, you can find it here. Even if it's for a half hour, I think it's good to invest the time in yourself, and really look at your life and really like, are you happy where it's at? Or are you just clicking on an app just to escape your life because you're in, you're in pain or discomfort? So that's just kind of how I think about it personally. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm just speaking from my point of view.
What happens to me when I come on these talks, Peter? I kind of reinforce in my learnings.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Because I repeat them, but I want them people to use them for themselves.
Yeah.
That's where I want to give them a voice, a concern. They don't have to say personally I'm doing this. They can say, what do you mean by meditation different from self, which are atma vichara, self-inquiry, right? That's a big topic I'm talking about. People are spending billions of dollars on just being mindful and meditation. But that is nothing compared to this state when you have inquired into your inner self and abide in that self. That is the bliss I'm talking about.
Oh, I know.
So life for me is more like a blissful thing, no matter what the outward circumstances are.
Yeah.
See, that is there. Why you are not curious about it? Why you don't want to invest? The caveat is you won't get it just by listening to me or just by following what I said. You got to go and inquire yourself. That's the difficulty.
It's called the work of the work. So you're putting out the work, but we have to actually do it and do the inquiry and the work of that. So
See, it's not like an object that can give it to you. It's in your own subject yourself. So got to go and visit it and get it out. Even your thought is the object. You see?
Yes.
They may be coming there, but they're going also, but they are actually objects. But actually your inner understanding, comprehensive, or that spirit, or that sense of self, that is subjective. You have to go and meet it yourself. Peter said you go and all that. So that is the most difficult thing for a lot of people. They invest in this so-called persona. It's very difficult to put it aside and go and see there. That's the problem. This is a deep, very important thing, but then human beings have the intelligence to do this. Okay. So it's about time for my morning routine that I do. And so I'm going to push this chair back and get up and do actual exercise with you guys, so that I benefited and also all the patient, all the people that come. I am open on my LinkedIn and also YouTube channel, and I'm open on the Mumbai because I can do other Instagram also because the Wi-Fi is not here. This is on the phone. Okay, so go and find me on the YouTube or go and find me on the LinkedIn if you want to see me physically doing. Actually, see me what I'm doing there. If you want to listen and do, stay on the Mumbai, and that will be fine too. Okay. So let's start our morning routine where this is designed for people to prepare themselves for the modern work, where modern work is needing a lot of stamina, a lot of strength in your body to really walk a lot and do a lot of stuff like that. And you need your mind focused. That is missing in modern life, and you need your heart to open up and approach it is like a service, something bigger than you, which is good for you because it doesn't produce stress if you approach like that, anything. And then you react quite a lot in the modern world because you are responding from your limbic system, from your sympathetic nervous system, always imagining dangers, always imagining threats and all that. Don't do that. So don't react. Just see them, take a deep breath, and then respond with your inner being, right? All the energy conserved by not doing this. And also, this deep breathing helps you to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, vagus nerve. That is rest and digest. Antidote to this sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight. We invoke that whenever we fear, whenever we kind of think something danger coming at us, right? So don't do that. In modern life, that's quite common to see that. And you also want to not to be put down by your loss. Learn from it and then go and achieve what you want to achieve. That's the other thing, not reacting, equanimous mind to both wins and losses, and cultivating the spirit of service through your heart. If you do that, then you won't have stress generated at the work in yourself, and you don't produce the stress to other people too. So this is thought through how we could really go to work and enjoy work and focus on the work and give it a sense of spirit of giving, and then come home stress free. But you have to do this ongoing, and you have to understand how you are in the life. After you do the exercise and everything, are you carrying that attention to everything all day? Are you trying to dump all the junk you are accumulating in the mind? If you can do those things, then you'll have a very restful sleep, you'll unwind easily, and then you will allow the sleep to repair your body and mind. So there are so many layers in this morning routine that you want to listen carefully and follow them. Four things we do: we stretch our bodies, we deep breathe into our stretches. That's number two. Number three is we keep our focus on what we are doing. Okay, on the air coming in and out. That's one way to keep the mind here, or being aware of the sensations you feel in the body. That's what, and also you be aware of what you are doing. Okay, so we stretch, we deep breathe, we keep our mind here, and any thoughts come, don't indulge or don't crush them, but observe them. These are the four things we do. And the three things we cultivate is spirit of non-reactivity, spirit of service, spirit of equanimity. We wins or losses, take them equanimous. Okay. So let's start our exercise. Let me push this chair back and then I'll get up and do that. Okay. 1 second. Okay. All right. So whenever you sit in the chair or in stand, make sure your spine is straight, and then you deep breathe into the abdomen, like your abdomen raises as you deep breath. You are not really breathing the abdomen into the lungs, but that forces the abdominal wall pushed out. And then as you breathe out, let the abdominal wall go deep into the spine. Okay, spine. That's what we want to do. So you want to come and do this Bastrika, which is the deep breathing in the morning on an empty stomach, or before lunch, before dinner, when the stomach is empty. Okay. So three things are important: empty stomach, straight spine, and abdominal wall moving out with inspiration and moving in towards the spine with exhalation. Okay. and in between take a small gap. So we'll do 8 times. Okay, take a deep breath through the nose and hold it for a few seconds. Now breathe out and abdomen wall goes deep into the spine. One complete. Look at my hand. Two complete. Three complete. Four complete. Four more to go. Three more to go. Two more to go. Last one. Okay, that is Bastrika. Start with that, then Vegani. Raise your palms to the camera, bending the elbows to the side. Now extend the elbows upward as you take the palms up or above your head. Just extending your both upper extremities, right? Take a deep breath in as you extend up. And now breathe out and bring them suddenly down. Both arms, both palms, like that. 10 times. Okay, you can do this several times during the work so that your pulmonary tree is flush with a lot of breathing air, right? In and out. That is how it is. And we're going to do the diaphragmatic breathing now. Clasp both your hands and turn the palms away from you, extending the elbows, showing the palms to the camera. And now raise the palms above your head all the way up. Okay, and now extend the elbows to the top. Okay, that is when you really take a deep breath in and all that. Okay, now bring the hands down and keep them under the chin. And as you deep breath through the nose, and your head goes back, both your elbows raised to the top. Okay, now stop. As you breathe out, open the mouth, say the word ah. As you breathe out, bring the elbows down. See, that is full breath. Two, three, four, four more. Three more. Two more. Last one. Okay, that's where we are. And now we're going to do some stretching, and with that stretching, we'll be able to breathe deep and pay attention here and now. And also, any thoughts come up, observe them. All the four things is each asana. Okay, so first do the namaste, and then take the hands in front of the face, above the head, all the way above your head, elbows extended. Okay, and now bring your heels up on the floor and you are on the toes. Okay, and now take a deep breath in and out. Now as you breathe out, bend to the right side and stay on the toes and stay in this posture and take 3 deep breaths. Come to the center. Now to the other side. to the left. Still keep your heels up, you're on the toes. Come to the center. Now lean back with your hands, elbows, head and neck to the back. And come to the center. Bend forward at the lower lumbar spine as you bring your head between the knees and the hands to the floor. Keep yourself on the toes as you bring your hands down to the floor, knees holding the head in between. You're just bending forward. 3 breaths there and come up, lift the hands up and bring them back to Namaskar. Okay? That is a very simple reed posture we did sitting down. Okay? Now let's do our Surya Namaskar, sun salutation while sitting down. Okay? So what you do, you raise both your hands with the elbows extended forward, palms facing down, they go up. Now beyond shoulders, beyond head, above head, and then lean back with the head and neck, and the hands go back. As you take the deep breath in, breathing out, bring the hands down, down to the floor. You're bending forward, head is between the knees, hands on the floor. Okay? Now raise the left hand at the shoulder level to the side and bring the right hand to the left foot and place it on there and turn the head, look at the left hand on the side, elbow extended. Okay? 3 breaths there. Now bring the left hand down and place it on the right foot as the right hand goes to the side. At the shoulder level, you are extended the elbow, palm facing down, and turn the head and look at the right palm. Now bring the head to center, hands down to each foot, and now clasp both hands and wrap it around the right knee. And as you come up with your trunk and head going on, bend the head back and bring the right knee to press on the abdomen as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, bring it down and place it on the floor. And then do the same on the left side. Okay? And then open the both hands and bring them all the way out and breathe out and bring them into Namaskar Mudra at the Epicastria. Now, with this Namaste posture now, take the hands in front of your face, above the head, all the way up. Extend the elbows. Okay? All the way up. And now, as you breathe out, bring it behind the head, both hands. And take a deep breath and take them up. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, and now bring it back to the middle of the chest. And now twist and take the left elbow to the side and above and to the back as you turn your head and look at the back. And bring the right elbow down into the front. Now come to the center and go to the other side. And come to the center. There you are. Okay. Now we will do what's called the chair pose without sitting on the chair, right? So what you do is you get up and stay on your feet and bend your knees. Don't sit back on the chair, but just come down as much as you can in an imaginary chair like, and extend your hands front, elbows straightened, palms facing floor, and shoulders relaxed. Stay here for 10 breaths. And then come up and then sit down back into the chair. Okay, we're doing really partial chair pose today. Now we're going to do Garuda, eagle pose. Plant your right foot into the ground. And now lift up the left foot and bring it around the right ankle and wrap it around the right ankle. Okay? Left thigh is on the right thigh, left knee is wrapping the right ankle. Okay? And now right hand under the left hand and stay there for 5 breaths. And release and unwind the left foot around the right ankle and place it on the ground. 3 relaxing breaths here. Now left foot is down on the ground. Lift up the right foot and bring it around the left ankle. Okay, and wrap it around that. And the right thigh is on the left thigh. Now left hand under the right hand and both hands are straight. Okay, and stay there for 5 breaths. And unwind that and okay. Now we're going to do the bird pose in a different way. Put both feet wide apart from each other, okay, on the floor, and open both knees away from each other. And now raise both your hands to the shoulder level, and now turn the palm outward. And as you bend forward at the lumbar spine and bring the head down towards the floor, you kind of meet both hands in the middle, in the back, okay, all the way. And now bring the hands down and to the front, and bring both feet close together. Okay, and sit like that. Okay, now come to the edge of the chair. Don't fall, but then use your buttocks as the fulcrum as you extend your knees forward and keep your heels on the floor. Toes are up and towards you. And now lift both heels up as you rest on the fulcrum and both your hands on the side of the knees. If you look at you from the side, you look like a boat. This is called Naukasana. Nauka means boat. It's good for your core muscles. So hold on to it as much as you can. The more you lift the heels and foot from the floor and hold them like that, the better the core muscles are activated. And now bring both feet back and come back to sit comfortably. And we're going to do Bhujangasana. And this is like a cow, based on the cow, right? So what you do is you sit with both your feet down and both your hands are on the side to and they're facing each other. Now raise the right hand to the side, parallel to the floor. And now turn the palm upward and bring the whole right upper extremity to touch the right arm touching the right ear. Now bend the right elbow and place the right hand on the top of the spine. And now take the left hand from below in the back. Go and meet the right foot. Right hand. Left hand down, right hand is up. So you bring it up. 3 breaths. Unwind both hands. This time take the left hand to the side and take it up all the way and bend down the elbow and place the left hand on the top of the spine in the back and take the right hand to the back from below. Go and reach the left hand. Right hand is reaching the left hand which is upstairs. Okay, Gomukhasana, that's what it is. When they sit down, they look like that. That's why it is came, but it's very good for your shoulders. Now we'll do Trikonasana in a different way. Okay, put both your feet wide apart and turn the right foot to the right side. Elevate both hands and bring the right hand to touch the right foot on the side, and the left hand comes and touches the left ear. And bring it up and bring it down. And the same on this other side. See, I'm trying to show you how different ways we can do. Sometimes I do standing, sometimes I do sitting down, sometimes I do lying down. So all those are variations that anybody can adopt according to their situation. Okay. Always use these 3 breathing relaxations between asanas to bring your energy back, because sthira sukham asana, stable, comfortable posture. This is what we want to do. Okay. No pain in yoga. It should not be pain. Okay. And now we're going to go and do some of our breathing exercises. Okay. Let's do them one at a time. First 3 are hard on abdomen. So if you have any abdominal issues, don't do that. Okay. Get your clearance from your doctor before you do that. For this, you sit tall and you kind of keep your knees on the equally with each other, and keep the hands on the knees. And now, as you breathe out, abdominal goes in, air comes out simultaneously, and inhalation happens automatically. All you focus on is how to breathe out and bring my abdominal towards the spine. Okay. Watch my right hand is on the abdomen. Okay, so do as many as you can do. You don't have to compete with me or compare with me. Okay, do whatever your body allows you to do. Let's do the second exercise. This is Agnisara, metabolic stimulator. For this, first you take a deep breath in, then breathe out completely and hold the breath there. While holding the breath there, move the abdominal wall up and down. I will do up to 20 times. You can do as many as you can. One or two will be good. Okay. Look at my right hand on the abdomen. Three deep breaths to come back to normal. So the second breathing exercise is done. Now we go to the third one. Three bandhas. Bandhas is locked positions. As you breathe out, suck in the lower abdomen and lock it. And suck in the upper abdomen, lock it. That's two. Bring the chin to the chest and lock it. That's three. After you get into the locked position, stay there for a few seconds and then come out of it. Okay? Okay? Breathe in and come out of it, and three breaths. Now we're going to go to the alternate nostril breathing. Okay. For this, take your right hand, prepare it by bringing index and middle finger, both of them bent and placed on the base of the thumb. Now use the thumb and the ring finger for alternate right versus left. First close the right with the thumb gently, and then through the open left, take a deep breath in. Now close the left and release the right and breathe out through the right nostril. Do a complete breathe out. And now take a deep breath through the right. Now close the right and release the left and breathe out through the left. Let's do 4 more cycles, starting with the left. 3 more left. 2 more left. Last one. Okay. You can do as many times as you want. Okay. In the beginning, it may feel dizzy, so be careful. Okay. Now we're going to do bumblebee. For this, take both your thumbs and close the ears and keep the ears closed through the exercise. Keep the index and middle finger on top of the forehead. Close your eyes and keep the ring finger gently on the closed eyes. Now let the little fingers hang around the mouth. And now take a deep breath through the nose. While you are breathing out through the nose, make a sound like a bumblebee. We'll do 5 rounds. Mm. Mm. There you are. Okay, that is bumblebee. You can do as much as well. It clears your throat pretty good. Now we're going to go to Omkara, which is broken into three letters. A, Uma. A for the abdominal energy channels, U for the chest energy channels, and Ma for the neck. Okay. We'll do, take a deep breath and open the mouth and say A, like inhalation, exhalation 5 times, then U 5 times, then Ma 5 times. Okay, now we're going to do ooh 5 times. Ooh. 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 Okay, now the ma. 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 Okay, that is Auma. Now we have come to the final, which is the Shambhavi Mudra. Assume your hands in Dhyana Mudra and place them on the knees. Keep the feet down, completely clutching the ground. And now tilt your head back, close your eyes, and keep the gaze in between eyebrows. Okay? And now close the mouth. I'll be speaking, but close the mouth and take deep breaths in and out. When you take the deep breath in, assert yourself that you are not. You are the conscious being. You are the witness conscious. Sakshi, eyewitness, whatever. Okay? And when you breathe out, say, I'm not just this body or mind, but they are my tools. Don't identify with them, with the tools. Now we'll do 10 breaths altogether. Okay? Koham, soham, deham, naham. Who am I? I am the conscious being. I'm not just the body or mind, but they are my tools. Who am I? I am the conscious being. I'm not just the body or mind, they are my tools. Koham, soham, deham, naham. Who am I? I am the conscious being. I am not just the body or mind, they are my tools. Koham, soham, Deham Naham. Who am I? I am the conscious being. I am the witness consciousness. I am not just the body or mind. They are my tools. Koham, Soham, Deham, Naham. Who am I? I am the conscious being. I am not just body or mind. They are my tools. Koham, Soham, Deham, Naham. Who am I? I am the conscious being. I am not the body or mind. They are my tools. With that, we have come to the end of this practice today. I hope you were able to stretch and breathe and energized and ready for the work with a focused mind. I hope you come back on Monday and we'll do again on the, so anybody on the Noom Vibe or any questions? For a few minutes I can do. Janet, you are here. I could not do on the Instagram because the Wi-Fi is not here, so it won't show me the screen there. All right, I will see you back again on Monday. Weekend there will be some rooms by me, so look for. Thank you.